Thank you for having me. We understand the situation we're in. Coach Prime, based on the doctor's order, has been required to take some days off and get some rest, and he's leaving in our hands as far as the coaching staff to make sure we continue to carry out his vision, his plan, and that's what we intend on doing.
What was your initial reaction when you heard the news and he came to you? And
Well, Coach Prime and I speak every day. As far as scheduling, so I kind of know things he wants, and when he got the orders as far as getting rest, we knew that it was something that's needed very much. It was very honored for me to be the guy he chose, but I know it's not a one man show. TC Taylor does a great job on offense. Dennis Thurman, great job on defense, and we have a great staff. And collectively, we're going to get the job done.
How involved is Coach Prime still in the game plan right now?
He's Coach Prime. He can't stay away. So we speak quite often every day, all day. And we want to make sure that schedule-wise, everything's hard tempo, core values, smart, fast, tough discipline that continues to resonate. And his voice is tremendous because when he speaks, it demands everyone and commands everyone's attention. So we're just trying to make sure we follow in his footsteps and try to fill some very big shoes when it comes to getting the job done throughout the week.
And you may not have this information. Is this going to be just this weekend? Is it possibly next weekend? Do you have any?
We're talking about Coach Prime. He told me he'd probably be there this Saturday if he can get out with what they call it, the hospital gurney with his butt out. He probably would show up. But we look forward to Coach Prime being back next week. He's a tremendous part of what we do. But he need the rest, and we had to beg him to just go home and take a rest, and that's hard for him to do. So we're just going to wait for him to get back, and we'll make sure when he come back, we're just going to keep him in the middle of the row, and this program will be the way that he left it.
When did you find out that you were going to be the acting head coach? And two, you kind of just talked a little bit about what is the process of just asking Coach Sanders to stay home and to not coach?
Well, asking, and it was something we had to force and a good conversation. I think he realized it. But once he made a decision, I think it was probably Monday or Tuesday, got the phone call, and we spoke when he left that day and realized it was that time to take some rest. And he spoke to the team. He spoke to us as a staff and pretty much said Coach Fleet's the guy that's going to pretty much, because we do the schedule together on a day-to-day basis. So I know what Coach Brown wants, and he trusts me. And with the trust and the loyalty that he installs in me and that he believes in me, it's a great honor. And so I wouldn't be here today without Coach Prime, and I'm going to make sure that whatever he has in place, it stays in place.
I know you said it's more than just a one-man show, but
Yes.
how excited are you to be the acting head coach this Saturday?
I love coaching football. Being a head coach, you don't get a chance to coach. You're a CEO. You're probably the biggest cheerleader. You want to make sure everything is lined up throughout the week. The biggest part is throughout the week as far as the preparation, and that's what I like doing as far as getting the guys ready throughout the week. So we did a good job as far as taking the schedule, what we have with some of the injuries that we have for guys that's available to us, and make it fit and cater to what we need to get done in practice, and make sure we stay within Coach Prime's his plans. But as far as being a guy on the sideline as the head coach, I enjoy coaching. I enjoy watching the game and seeing what adjustments need to be made. I enjoy working with the coaches, with the conversations in between series, talking to the players. So that's what I love to do. Being a head coach is something I've done before. It's not new to me, but it's not about me. It's about the staff together that we're going to continue, because I can't do it by myself. Follow behind Coach Prime's footsteps is a tremendous task, and I'm going to need everyone to do their part to help this get done.
Well, how is he doing, Coach?
He's doing fine. He's still cracking jokes. He's still smiling. He's still spiritually, just that guy, Coach Prime. He's a tremendous guy with so much courage, and the pain tolerance. I was surprised that he took it that far, but he's doing great. He's in great spirits. When we call, he still understands what's going on. He's still putting pressure on us as a staff to make sure that everything gets done in a timely manner.
I'm not sure the rules about this, but I remember the Liberty head coach. It was 2 years ago or something. He was in the hospital, but coaching from the hospital
Really?
bed, from a window. Are there any sort of plan? I know we don't have that situation here, but are there any plans to have him involved on Saturday?
Right now, today at 3:05, no. I don't think Coach Prime will call and get involved. He trusts his staff. He made the necessary adjustment with T.C. Taylor when he felt it was necessary, and he trusts T.C. Taylor to do what he do. Dennis Thurman has a long-time relationship with him. Andre Hart, Mathis, those guys have a long relationship. It's a trust there. It's a family. It's a brotherhood. And then with Shedeur Sanders, he's an extension of the coaching staff, and him and Prime, they work well together. And So that's another part of what we have as far as understanding what we're trying to get done on and off the football field. So the trust, the things that he put in as far as the foundation, I think he feels comfortable knowing that it can get done with his absence.
How has the preparation been? I know last week everyone was saying you guys had bad practices all week long until
we did.
Friday.
Right.
I know that was a point of emphasis that the first half was not very good, second half
Right.
was.
Yeah.
How has it been this week?
Man, I tell you, that's a great point. You know, even when Coach Brown was here, we had some practice that wasn't to our standards, and we got better as the week went on. I would say this week we came out Monday with a lot of energy. You know, when Coach Brown was here, it was very, very focused. The day that he decided to take some time off, that next day we was flat. I mean, it was fights. It was total chaos, and I think it probably hit everyone unexpectedly, and we didn't know how to react to it. And then we regrouped, you know, had some meetings, showed some footage as far as motivational things to get the guys going. And we just, you know, came in today and probably had one of the best practice we had in a while, you know, early in the week. And we look forward as far as going in tomorrow. We call our Fast Friday, fine-tuning, just in helmets, just go through the necessary things, situations to make sure that we're on point with our assignments, just to put a finishing touch on the week.
Anything that sticks out with Bethune-Cookman?
You know, I'm from the MEAC, so I play Bethune quite often. I know they're always a tough team. I know Terry Sims, the head coach, very well as a friend. I know he's going to come in and have his team very prepared. His defensive coordinator, we call him Yogi, he's a great guy that understands defense and going to put pressure on you. But they're a team. You can't look at the record. They're going to come in with the expectation to try to have some success. And we got to make sure that we play the team and not the record. We got to do what we do as far as on offense, score points. Don't have the penalties that we've been doing lately, not get behind the chains, and on defense, get stops like we've been doing, stopping the run, and special teams, just be special. So it's about us right now as far as continuing to do what we do and understand that Bethune-Cookman is a team, a very worthy opponent that just now joined the SWAC conference, but you can't sleep on Bethune-Cookman. They're going to come in here well prepared.
Was there any surprise from you or anyone else on the coaching staff about Coach Prime deciding to take some time away? You talked a little bit earlier about just the pain threshold that he was going through.
Everyone was surprised, you know, but this Coach Prime, you just never know what you're going to get. You know, he's a guy that loves what he do, from coaching the game of football, from his podcast, from a lot of things he does within the community. He's an advocate for Jackson, and he enjoys that. So taking time off, you know, that's not something that he's accustomed to doing. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. That's why he's probably the greatest player to ever play in the NFL. One of the best athletes to play baseball in NFL at the same time. So it's someone. It's hard to really put it in words. He's a different person, and me being around him for this time period showed me a lot, and it kind of elevated myself as a man, as a person. But yeah, surprising, yes, because that's not something that he normally do. He gets up at 5:30 in the morning and goes all day and probably in bed by 8 because that's his bedtime, and he does it every day all over again. Coach Prime is a guy that he's one of the greatest person I ever met.
Talk about, I know he's in the room right now, but talk about your running back, Santee Marshall.
Do I have to? I don't want the guy to get big-headed, but hard worker, man. The path that he took from walk-on trials, and I think we missed, where he didn't make the trials, and he transferred from Miles College first and foremost, and then the staff before us, with everything going on, the transition, he got lost in the shuffle. Didn't make the trials doing walk-ons, and but the guy was smart enough to, now he reached out to the football operational person and said, I want to continue to try for the team and try to get on the team some kind of way, and he was instructed to stay close to the program in somewhat capacity, and he chose to be a film guy to record practice, and that's how he stayed intact. And I never met him until he came on the football field filming, and I had him film my running backs drills, and the guy bugged me every day. He was like, Coach, I just want an opportunity to join the team. I want to try out. And, at that time I told him, hey, we have 3 guys that's in a heavy rotation. If you come, you'll be a scout team player. You got to work your way up from there. Sometimes kids get discouraged when they hear that news. But he said, Coach, fine, I just want an opportunity. I just want to play football. And when he came out, you understand scout teams on one part of the field, and we're as coaches on the other part of the field working with our rotation with our guys. And Coach Prime's a guy who has a great vision for talent and watches everything and saw the effort and the things that he was killing the starters on defense, and told him, hey, you go down there with Coach Flea. And so once that happened, we put him in. And to go back, he always, in the meetings, even though he was a scout team player, paid attention to what was going on with the film work, with the instructions, his assignments. So when he got his opportunity, he knew the steps, he knew the reads, he knew the protection. So he was ready before his opportunity presented itself. And going back to the spring against A&M, he had a big run. And when he come back this year, you know, even though we had someone in front of him, he stayed hungry. He's a hungry kid that's going to work hard. And when he gets in the game, you know, good luck if he gets in open field because he's a home run hitter. But a great kid with a great heart, and I love him to death.
Good?
Thanks,
Good.
Coach.
Thank you.